How is GoldenEye 007?
Are we recording?
How's
Are we
Golden?
live?
How's Golden?
GoldenEye is incredible. I literally been playing the game, but it's like what's it called? Like it's definitely hasn't aged well, obviously,
Yeah.
but they added like mechanics that make it feel better. So I'm like aiming and like killing people and stuff. Playing the old school levels. Like, man, this is a blast just to play that game again. But God, I wish there was online multiplayer, man. Fuck.
Fucking Nintendo's like, Nintendo's the one who got the rights for that one. And you know what's funny? The GoldenEye came out on the Switch, and uh, the button mapping is still stuck to the way it is on the N64. So
Jesus.
one stick is the way to move and everything. It's like the most wonky shit ever. You you can fix it by going to the Switch's system and button
Yeah.
mapping shit like that. But I mean, just that alone, it just feels like a whole. They didn't care about this port, where Xbox's port is
Mhm.
like out of the box it works.
Yeah.
It's great
It's
too.
that's what
If you
happens
have
when.
rare replay,
Yeah.
if you have rare replay,
Mhm.
you get GoldenEye 007 remake. This game like free,
Oh, nice.
right? Isn't that sexy? I have rare
I didn't.
replay. I bought rare replay too, so I just have GoldenEye now. I don't have to. I don't have Game Pass either. So now
Yeah,
but I have this game though.
yeah. It's just, man, what a blast from the past. Beautiful game. That game is 20 years old, man.
I think
Good
I
lord.
I think that game is showing because I'm seeing a lot. It's blowing up on not I wouldn't say blowing up, but on my feed I would say on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of people live stream themselves playing GoldenEye and especially some multiplayer stuff. And I know everyone's saying the same thing that the game hasn't aged well, but I think that's the point of GoldenEye why everyone's playing it right now because before Fortnite, for Call of Duty, and yes, even before Halo, there was GoldenEye. And that was the first thing
Yes.
to multi-screen, just point and shoot, And that's pretty much what everyone's doing online right now. It's just being like, this is the old school point and
Yeah.
shoot and get, from the hip and shit.
I loaded up. I loaded up multiplayer, even though I have no one to play with. I just want to see the multiplayer screen, and I'm moving around. I'm like, man, just for its time, it's incredible how like they figured out like how to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I give credit to them for because it's a trip to play that game again and play the multiplayer and like grab rocket launchers and I'm like, bro, the level where you get in a tank. That's like only the third level, and you're
Oh,
playing that
really?
on.
On the third level.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
I don't remember there being difficulties.
Yeah, that were definitely
Really?
difficulties.
Wow. I was playing the game. I was playing it on Switch just for like a minute or two. I was like, cool, go on. And they told me to choose the difficulty. I was like, oh shit, there's a difficulty? I didn't know how. Want to know something cool?
What's up?
Nintendo promoted this port on the Switch, the GoldenEye
Mm-hmm.
007. They tweeted out on this is Nintendo of America's actual tweet for GoldenEye 007 coming to the Switch, right? They already tweeted out that it's coming to the Switch, but to promote it and shit, right? Like a day ago, they said your mission: sit back and listen to the music from the Q Watch in GoldenEye 007 coming to coming to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Online, and they just straight up posted like a 2 minute clip of just the watch music from GoldenEye 007.
It hits different, bro. I don't know what it is. Like as a kid, you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, this beat jams.
Yeah.
Listen to it now, you're like, oh my god, what? Oh,
Uh, and after a while, Grand Kirko started trending a little bit because when Nintendo posted that, Grand Kirko was replying to every single tweet that someone was coming out saying like this is so fire or this is so nostalgic, just all the love and everything. And Grand Kirko was retweeting every tweet. I mean, commenting and liking every tweet that someone was putting out.
it's a gem, man.
Well then, I
And
man,
I've also been playing what's called Hi-Fi Rush. Incredible game.
that's a good segue.
Incredible.
Let's talk about that. The Xbox had a direct.
Yeah.
They did which is strange because let's talk about that. They don't Xbox doesn't have like what do they call it, showcase? We got like a state of play and Nintendo Direct. They kind of do their own thing sometimes. Well, Sony does their own things a lot, but Xbox did a developer direct. How'd you like it?
I thought it was great. Honestly, like for something that, and I'm an Xbox fanboy. Like,
Oh, here we
I don't
go.
care.
Here.
Un,
Here.
unashamed. But yeah, I thought for what it was, it it gave us dates. It gave us like what they wanted, what they're going to release, and stuff like that. There are a lot of people online who were like, meh, it's whatever, you know. And then they just shadow drop, which I honestly think might be, I'll say it,
Uh oh.
game of the year. Game of the year contender, bro. Honestly, like I think this is
You think
like one of
Hi-Fi
those
Rush
secret
is Game of the Year?
game of the year. I'm not going back on my statement, man. Game of the year for sure because look at the Steam reviews. Over 400 reviews and it's got like a 98% on Steam. The game rarely has any bugs. It's so polished. The animation is beautiful. The gameplay is insane. Like this is I think this will be like if there's no crazy competition this year. This is in the realm of like where Stray is and Tunic, where it's like a sleeper hit that people played.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and I don't know. We'll see. But I genuinely like what a great game, man. Holy
Yeah. That. Let's
for
talk about.
Microsoft, just
Yeah.
like that.
That was for
That's
Hi-Fi Rush. That's one of the games they showed off in the thing, and to shadow drop like that was absolutely huge. Uh, Developed by Tokyo Ghoul too. These people made Evil Within and um.
it's so crazy because there's like these robots, like when you're
Oh
playing
no,
the game.
the company's called Tokyo Ghoul. I mean the game they made was Tokyo Ghoul, and the other one was Evil Within. The company's called Tango Games, and they make some of the
Uh,
scariest games ever. And they made this fucking. Let's talk about the other games too. Let's talk about Forza Motorsport.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fun game. I'm sorry, but it's like I mostly care about Horizon
yeah.
because it's more. I lean more towards the fun chaos of it and not like how do I want to tune my tires, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I see a lot of people online who are excited about motorsport,
Yeah, same.
uh, which is good. It's got its fan base. Then they did Redfall. Redfall is good.
Well, let's leave Liverpool for last. How about Minecraft Legends?
Yeah, that it's weird because it's like this game feels like it's geared for a different audience. It's almost like this is exactly what I wanted with Pokemon. It's so strange. It's like, bro, they're doing it. Like they're aging the game with the fan base.
Yeah,
Like
I think
they
people
know that
underestimate the Minecraft fan base. I know we think a lot of kids and younger and stuff like that, right?
I
You play Minecraft. I know that makes sense. But when you play Minecraft, there's some systems in it that I'm like, how do kids know this? Because even I'm lost. And like the red brick system, or what's it called? Like the stone red brick system is something I'm like, what? It's like crazy.
and it's awesome to see that they're branching out and making different games. Like Minecraft Legends looks like so much fun. Like I don't even, I downloaded Minecraft Dungeons and I played like the first like few months with it and I was just like, wow, this is such a different avenue to play Minecraft. And now that game is huge. Now like there are people who are dedicated to that game, almost like Sea of Thieves, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty hot on
Uh,
Twitch too.
yeah. So it's funny because everyone like I hate this comment, but I just read a fuck ton of comments on Reddit. I'm sorry. But I'll see once in a while someone be like, and they're doing nothing with the Minecraft IP. They're still they're still have it's still just Minecraft. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
What are you
Like
talking about? Yeah,
they're doing so, you know.
yeah. That's exactly what you do with an IP. You obviously keep the Minecraft, the main game, like alive with updates and new ideas and shit. But Minecraft Dungeons, awesome, and the Minecraft Legends. I legit think this is the game that's gonna be the breakout game. I think people are sleeping on this game. I think Minecraft Legends is gonna come out, and it's gonna pull in a lot of people. Just a way to see how in depth the game looked. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. Just depends on how it blows up. Um,
That would be a shocker for
yeah.
sure. not a shocker in a negative way, but sort of like yeah, like we all expected it just to be Minecraft,
Hmm.
but I can see what you mean. Like the mechanics are good. It's just super fun to play with friends. Um, the fort building, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
there's
Fort
like
building.
tactics.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I think there's gonna be a kind of game that it's gonna appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah,
Um, then we have the Elder Scrolls Online Necrom. It's like the new expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. Um, Elder Scrolls Online. What can we say about that
honestly,
serve
this is one of those
service?
this is one of those skips for me. I just this like it's been going on forever. I remember when they showed all the like I guess all the expansion packs. We're like, God
Oh
damn!
yeah, right. Like just show them all. We're like,
That's how long this game has been going. Oh
what
my
the
god! And
fuck?
they're just like, yeah, you could just jump in whenever you want. I'm like, bro, that sounds like a nightmare. Like,
I don't know if they were all the expansion packs, but they did show off like a lot of stuff that was like had been added to the game. I'm like, what?
yeah, and that's a good game for people who like Skyrim and stuff.
Do you
I mean,
believe
I
that?
play Skyrim,
Go ahead.
but I like Skyrim, but it's never something that like MMOs I never gravitate towards. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Do you? There is that long-lasting hope that everyone believes that maybe this game could turn around and do a Final Fantasy 14, a No Man's Skies redemption kind of thing. You think that would happen? Because there's a lot of people who believe that Elder Scrolls Online will have its moment to come back and pulling a lot of people.
this is the thing that I don't really know the controversy. I didn't even know like people don't like it. It's weird because I know people like Final Fantasy. The what is it called? Final Fantasy Online.
Final Fantasy Online, Final Fantasy
Yeah,
14
yeah,
Online. The 14th game is online. Yeah.
yeah. It's Final Fantasy 14. I know that a lot of people play that game, and I don't really know the controversy or I didn't even know that Elder Scrolls is in a hole. It's such a popular franchise
Doesn't it sound
that
weird though, right? Like even I'm like I found out about this like maybe like last year, honestly. Like I really don't keep up with other scrolls like that. Even the mainline games. Not to say they're bad or anything, I'm just saying. But when I found out people were like, oh my god, Elder Scrolls Online, it's like a dumpster fire and I'm like, really? I feel like if I read that on paper, like Elder Scrolls Online, it feels like this is supposed to be bigger than GTA Online, you know? But I guess I don't know. Maybe their
yeah,
practices are just stupid.
it's weird because I like the lore of Skyrim, but it's not something. And every time they show clips of Elder Scrolls Online, I'm always like, man, if I just didn't have a life, I would 100% play this game and like no life it, you know?
That's funny. Yeah, yeah. I do have a feeling though. Come on, this is Elder Scrolls. One day we're gonna be having a podcast and we're gonna be like, oh man, the new expansion. That's gonna get. I got everyone hyped and everything. I have a feeling they're gonna turn it around. It's Skyrim. Like, I mean, it's the Elder Scrolls. They,
Yeah.
I have to enjoy them. And then the big game they announced at the end. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Redfall, done by Arcane.
Yeah. This game just looks like pure fun. Like four player multiplayer, you know what I'm saying? You can there's like different classes and
Yeah,
you can like kill um you could take over territory and kill vampires, and then there's like a massive vampire.
yeah.
Like, oh my god, it just sounds so expansive, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
just
it feels like there's a right. Hey, when watching it, it feels like there's so much that they're not telling us that we're like noticing. You know what I mean? Like there's a part where a guy goes invisible and just kind of goes around like a zombie boss or something like that. It goes up. I like when you see other ways to take on like the boss and shit like that. But also like yeah, I feel like this game is way more. We're gonna be doing way more in this game than just point and shoot or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh, I'm a fan. I know everyone keeps calling it like some Left 4 Dead ripoff or something like that, but I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of that, and there's something wrong with shit that works. Um, I have seen some people kind of dissing Redfall online.
for what?
Just in general, I guess the game developed this the presentation that they showed off didn't wow
Hmm.
them as much as a lot of people thought it was gonna wow them. Some people said the gameplay was pretty slow, and nothing original and shit like that. Uh,
I don't
I
know. I
don't
feel
know.
like you got vampires who are the enemies. I feel like this is a game that you need to put you. It's a game first. You got to play the game, feel it out,
Yeah.
and see how you interact with your other friends playing the game. Because I think you could also play it single player, and there was a lot of uh, clips where they show someone like just a guy traversing the area by himself, which I think is kind of cool because sometimes you don't have people don't have friends online and stuff. But yeah, I just think this is a game you and they're known for that, aren't they? They're known for like
Yeah, very
their
expansive.
upside.
They're the ones who they're the ones who did Dishonored and Deathloop.
Yeah, so they're known to for their like gameplay mechanics and like turning it on its
Yeah,
head and
yeah, doing shit where it's just kind of like you could just shoot them, or you can freeze them and shoot them, or you can freeze them, electrocute them and shoot them, or you can freeze them, electrocute them, float them in the air, throw them out a window. Like it's just so you could just keep adding on to crazier shit. You know?
yeah. And I think when people see that, it's a little intimidating because it's so much information and so much like, whoa, that's a lot to do, like
Mhm.
that's a lot of like, um, I just think it all comes down to how the game plays in your hand, how you're playing with your friends.
That's for sure.
If it, if it's fun, I mean, they got a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I think so too. I think because remember, Deathloop came out and it got 10 out of 10s. Like that game is almost as close to a masterpiece, but it didn't. I guess it didn't break out as much, mostly because it was around the time that next generation consoles were coming out, and their studio was kind of up in the air, and then they got bought out by Xbox. But and Dishonored, I've played Dishonored, and that game is a lot of fun. But I have no worries about gameplay. Like I know they can handle gameplay because Deathloop and Dishonored look like really fun games. I just want to know how long it will last. I guess you know what I mean. Like how long people will keep playing Redfall. Because if they do something where it's like we're gonna support it for like seasons and stuff like that, right? I don't know if that'll last too long.
That's a good point. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, the support afterwards, and what does the end game look like? Um,
If it's a
yeah,
lot of
that's a good
fun,
point.
if that's a lot of fun, they can keep this. They can keep it going for like a season or two, like for 3 seasons. You know.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Game Pass, man. Everyone can jump on, try it out, feel the game.
Yeah.
If they like it with playing with their friends, boom.
And one last thing to talk about the Xbox Developer Direct. What did you think about Xbox doing like this kind of like presentation?
I loved it. This is something that they need to do. I think every 3 months, not every three
Oh
months, maybe
wow.
every.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Every 5 months, just show us the progress.
Similar
Show
to
us
like a
that,
Nintendo Direct.
yeah, like a Nintendo Direct, just to give the fans, uh, just a little bit more to chew on. You know, let us see where things are going because I think that's the thing that always leads to such bitterness and hatred online is that it's not what's the word like it's not um oh my god, can't think of the word.
Uh,
It like
Presented,
I guess so. It's like,
translated.
yeah, it's not like we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And yeah, sometimes you don't
Oh
want
yeah.
to show everything your entire hand. Um but it'd be nice to see what they're working on and you know
Yeah.
and
To not be so left in
and
the dark.
yes, thank you. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with everything you just said because I heard about Xbox doing a developer direct, and I don't know, like they usually do like some like excuse me, they usually do like I don't know, like a showcase or a sit down with developers, and it's just them talking or something like that, right? When I heard that they're doing a developer direct, and they were, when I heard they came out and they're like, "Hey, we're doing a developer direct," it's gonna be like 45 minutes we're gonna tackle like 5 games, and we're going right into the other one. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down for this. And then the presentation, like this whole whiteboard and everything. I don't know. I know it sounds like, I know it sounds not sounding like much. Like, okay, John, they just did a video, but like I think it's really important when studios, especially video game studios, do a cool thing like a state of play, a Nintendo Direct or developer Direct to keep their fan base like, hey, look, check out what we're doing. But they don't do a like behind the studios and they just talking to devs or something like that. Which I know that's cool, but sometimes people just want to see a gameplay or just see what they're working on. Um,
Yeah, I
I
figured out
thought it
the
was really
word.
cool.
It's
Oh, go ahead.
transparency.
Oh,
Transparency. Yeah, I would love to
use it
see
in
more
a
transparency.
sentence.
It's funny because I don't think I can spell transparency. But yeah, we'd like to see more transparency of what
Yeah,
what they're doing behind the scenes.
but exactly like this.
Exactly like
Like
this.
this.
This
I
was
think this
great.
is great. I think this is great because if I'm
Pull
being
it.
honest, a lot of time Xbox they always say like we're gonna talk about our games or do something like I said like a showcase or something like that, right? And there's always something different. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it, but there's always some other kind of like I like having a thing to go and watch.
Yeah,
Um.
really well structured,
Mhm.
really to the point, and they shadow dropped a game that is
Yeah.
just.
Exactly. Like great. Perfect.
I mean, you could call it mid all you want, but they just dropped like a fantastic game.
That's ridiculous. I'm tired of everyone like one last thing. I'm tired of everyone watching Nintendo Directs, State of Plays, showcases, or whatever, right? Thinking this is gonna be a E3 every video. Like, no, they're just showing you what they're working on. Be excited and stuff. Like,
Yeah, people want like Banjo 3. Like they're
yeah,
not
like
like.
stop. Last time we were talking about the feeling bad for Halo,
Yeah.
right? Did you hear about the new Halo news that came out?
No, what's up?
Yeah, they're ditching the slipspace engine.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I did
Yeah,
hear about that.
they're doing almost like confirmed by multiple people. Yeah, full reboot.
Um, in a way, I'm excited because uh 343 still has the reins. Um, even though a lot of people online are really pissed that 343 still has control of the company or of the IP. Um, and some people think that because they're going to change engines that it'll lose a little bit of what makes Halo Halo,
How it feels.
how it feels to play Halo. But all we have is what we've experienced, and what we experienced with the slip space engine was just uh 5 years of complete troubleshooting and troubleshooting and troubleshooting and troubleshooting. It just felt like it was code built on top of code and people trying to figure out how it works when I think maybe it's simpler to use what everyone else is using. And if everyone else is using Unreal Engine 5, then maybe that's the route that they should take.
Yeah, it's so much easier for contractors too. So
Exactly, which is like their bread and butter.
yeah,
But for me, I just feel like if you're hire like the one thing I would do is not hire contractors. Like
no,
that
but you know
just
what I mean. Just like the idea of like hey, we want some multiplayer maps, and we have some important people already working on maps or some campaign missions. The small stuff, and those small stuff, you can hire contractors and be like, Unreal Engine 5, like, oh, we know how to work with that.
exactly. I didn't think of that, but like yeah, you're right. Like it would be a lot better um, for people coming in and they already know how Unreal
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
So
But the big problem was that, yeah, I agree with a lot of people. It's very worrisome if it might not feel like Halo, and that was my big worry. Was I love the idea of switching the engine, but man, what I would that would be on my huge whiteboard in a circle. Um, sorry, I'm so choppy. Is to make it still feel like Halo when you're working on that engine. Like
Yeah, I
it
wonder.
can't.
Yeah, I just wonder how different it'll feel. I don't because we don't know what the other side is like. We don't know if the grass is greener, you know. So maybe it is, maybe it is. Uh, maybe if they can make it feel like Halo, but also uh, more accessible to people coming in, contractors coming in and helping it become, you know, the IP that we know it is.
Yeah, yeah. But if I know Thick for Three, they won't. They would never not. They know that's a priority. They can't just make it feel like Battlefield or something. They know they're gonna make it feel like Halo. But switching engines, I think it's a good call, but still have it feel like Halo. It looks like they might be doing a whole reboot thing because uh, uh, a lot of the work apparently that's being done for uh, this, I guess, I don't know if I would call it. I know reboot's kind of a strong word. I don't think it's just like straight up Halo 7. Like no, but um, it's like a new image for Halo. Apparently there won't be any. These are all rumors, speculations. I don't know if it's true or not. But there won't be any support for campaign, like single player stuff. But multiplayer is still like they'll still be doing a lot of multiplayer. And there's a battle royale mode that was supposed to be a mode. It's called Tatanka, and apparently they're doing a lot more with it now than just kind of like a mode for Halo Infinite. Like this new game mode called Tatanka, it's a battle royale for Halo Infinite. Apparently, it's going to become something bigger than it really was.
That all sounds good. I mean, when you're down in the dumps as a Halo fan, I
Go right
mean,
ahead.
there's a subsection that's like we don't need any more shit, piled on top of us. But for me, I'm always on the side of just give us more, man. We want more content. If that's a battle royale, bring it in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's fun. You never know. You never know.
At this point with Halo, you can give me Halo Cooking Mama, please. Just anything to save this franchise. Like,
Yeah, I'll take a Halo Cookie Mom.
I come on,
I'll take a Halo Animal Crossing.
that would be amazing.
I really love, even though I totally get the online vitriol of hate that 343 gets thrown at them by the fan base. I really love that 343 was like, or not 343, but Microsoft was like, no, no, 343 is the home of Halo. They will
Yeah,
continue. They will continue. It's like they laid their dick on the table and they're like, you know what? 343 will continue to make Halo games. Like it is their home, you know?
yeah, but you would think it'd be weird to. Don't you think 343 Industries as a company name has kind of a stink on it now? You know.
No question. No question. Um, but I wouldn't trust anybody else to handle the property. I mean,
Oh, I agree, 100%.
I just think everybody else would try and make it something different, And I also think like if it were given to anybody else, they would make it so different and so not Halo that the vast majority would bite their tongue and say that yeah, this is the game that we wanted. This is the Halo that it's like no man,
Yeah,
no, you know.
343 needs to be the company to make Halo. Like they need to be that one company. Now, I'm not saying um, other companies can't do spin-offs and stuff like that. But yeah. What Joe? What came out this week about?
Huge news, and it's crazy because I feel like it didn't hit the airwaves the way um, it didn't shake the internet. Um, James Gunn comes out and lays out his plan on what the future of the DCU is going to be. Um, and boy, is it a plan! I mean, nothing against it. Like I'm not totally against the idea of it, but um, he's going so out of the box with it. Um, yeah, a lot of names that are so outside of my DC knowledge. I'm the last person, to be talking about uh, the DC side of especially when it's not the mainstays that we know, like uh, Green Lantern and Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman. When it's not those people and it's deviating away from it, I'm always skeptical of how much of an impact is going to be. And it's weird because it's like he's not only making a new Batman, but he's making like Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is like, I don't know. It's a really really risky uh timeline that he has planned. Cuz I this is just me cuz I'm the general audience is the way I want to position myself.
Hmm.
Um I don't know nothing about DC, so I'm a general audience learning about what his the grand scheme of the DCU is. And so as someone who 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 doesn't really know a lot about DC and I hear his plans, I hear a lot of rumble from the internet that people are excited because the Supergirl run, they like what was it that what is it called? The Outsiders?
The Authority.
The Authority, thank you. The Authority, people love that run of the Authority. There's a lot that people are excited about, but from someone who doesn't know these characters, man, it's I don't know. I don't know. Cuz DC is already, has a stigma, a stink to it, so um will he capture that uh my attention and the general public's attention when there's already superhero fatigue?
I'm not too crazy about his plan. I'm just not too crazy about it. He calls them the Diamond characters. The Diamond characters are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and knows that those are we want to focus on those. But also let's focus on other things and things that he really likes. And I don't think that's supposed to be the main focus here. He's choosing to make the projects and the movies and TV shows that he wants to make instead of the movies and TV shows that he needs to make. Because he's having a blast. I bet he's gonna have. He has his. We'll run down this list, but he has a cartoon show. The first one he started off with a cartoon show called Creature Commandos. I have no idea who they are. Like no one knows. Like I don't know what the fuck that is. Um, and it's a cartoon show. He wrote all the episodes, and the characters in the cartoon show are also going to be voiced by their live action versions whenever they come to the big screen, which is a really big task. I mean, in that little Creatures Commander, they got like Frankenstein and like a skeleton that's on fire or something. I was like, okay, but let's see how this works with Superman and Batman, I guess. But he also says that the first phase, he doesn't even call it phase, he calls it chapter of the DCU. Chapter 1 is called Gods and Monsters. I was like, okay, okay. He also says that he didn't give off all the information yet. Like this isn't the entire chapter 1. Then the next one is a TV show called Waller with Amanda Waller, and it's a continuation of the Peacemaker show. So he's already using the stuff that he likes. He's keeping Peacemaker, but Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Margot Robbie, characters people all really like and all that stuff, they gotta go. They're not part of his vision. But Peacemaker is. It's like what the? You either go all in or not. Like I don't know. This is fucking weird. It's convoluted as hell. And then he starts off with the next one being the brand new Superman reboot, officially called Superman Legacy, which I believe he wrote, but no word on if he's directing. But people want him to direct it. I have no doubt that this is gonna be good.
He says this is the true start of the DCU.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say because I don't really know much about uh, his take on Superman. Like the only thing I can base this off of is what it's jumping off of. Because you can make a good Superman movie, we know that. Because Man of Steel was a good Superman movie. It was only the jumping off point that you're like, okay, you you had something and you completely missed, you know.
Yeah.
So my jumping off point is everything that he's working after Man of Steel, which is I don't see uh what you're building towards, you know. There is no giant Avengers movie. There is no giant like uh
Justice
movie
League kind of thing.
Justice League. So what are you building towards? Is I think what a lot of people low key wanted to hear about. Like what are you if you're building a universe, you need a tentpole movie. And when you keep that vested, when you keep that too vested to your chest and you don't want to say what it is, I think that leaves a lot of people being like, well, what the fuck are you why are you so important? And
I mean,
I get it. Like I think when you come in and you're like, okay, we need to make an authority movie, you get a lot of people excited because that run of of comics was had really good storytelling. And story, he even says in the clip, he's like, storytelling is key. Like we
yeah.
want good stories. But you're building a universe. What are you building towards? You know?
Yeah, that's important. I think I don't know. You know what? Let me just run down every single project. Just get that out the
Yeah.
way. We also the next one he brought up was the Green Lantern TV show, a Green Lantern TV show with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and kind of makes it sound like a True Detective kind of crime kind of show.
That sounds fucking awesome. That's the only one
Yeah,
out of the entire list that I was like, sign me the fuck up. That sounds incredible.
I'm all for that, absolutely. But it's a TV show.
Yes.
That's what I'm not crazy about.
I'm
Green Lantern's one of my favorites, and we're finally gonna get a universal Green Lantern in here, and the guy who has the most imaginative power in all the Justice League, next to maybe like fucking Martian Manhunter, uh, is gonna be regulated by TV budgets. Makes me feel kind of scared, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Then we have the authorities is here. Another one that like I know you're in the dark with a lot of this. A lot of people are in the dark with authority. They're not that common. Like authority is not like this. Like oh my god, it's this big. Like a lot of people are like who are they? And they're like oh they're their own. They're like the D tier of like what's supposed to be the Elseworld Super Justice League or the Injustice. You know what I mean? Like there's always like an evil team, right? They're like the D tier of something that even I was like, who the fuck are these people? I have no idea.
yeah.
They're trying to tell some other story with them. Then they got another show called Paradise Lost. It's a Wonder Woman's Game of Thrones prequel before Wonder Woman, and it deals with uh, Themyscira and how it came to be and stuff.
Is that a movie or a show?
A show.
Okay.
Then we have a Batman reboot called Batman the Brave and the Bold. That would deal with Batman and Damian Wayne, his actual biological son, whose mother is Talia Ghul, and he's raised by the League of Shadows. And Damian Wayne's a royal asshole, like a royal dick. And Batman has to train him and stuff, and it's gonna be like this thing. A Booster TV show with, similar to like Imposter Syndrome. Meets Back to the Future, I guess, as because he's a guy from the future. Cool, sure. Supergirl, Wonder Woman of Tomorrow, a Supergirl movie where she spends I haven't read this one, but she spends a majority of her time on like an asteroid, separated from Krypton. Um, she has the story has nothing to do with Superman. It's the Supergirl story. Apparently, it's really good. The last one he ends it off with is Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing is supposed to be like, kind of scary. He's open to the idea of it being rated R. Then also that's the last thing he said, but he also mentioned that Shazam: Fury of the Gods, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash, and Blue Beetle are still slated to release, and and he's excited to see those movies, and calls The Flash one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen. And they're still going with that apparently. That's it. That's his master plan, I guess. So if anyone's listening is on board, it all makes sense, right? Like you got like anyone, like you get it, right? All right, move on. Let's go on. All right. We understand why you're doing Swamp Thing, because who needs to see, I don't know, Martian Manhunter, or Aquaman, I guess. You know, whatever. Who really cares about Green Arrow?
It's it's hard to fathom or hard to quantify what it is that they're building towards because it just feels like so many random projects.
Too random.
I have faith in James Gunn because I know he's not
Yeah.
just gonna fucking put anything out there. But I can't say I'm excited for a majority of these projects. I'm excited for Superman. I'm excited for the Green Lantern show and Supergirl because I hear that's a really good story. So, and I'm all about storytelling, but at the same time, like you said,
Did you hear what you're excited for? The
yeah,
Diamond
Superman,
characters.
yeah, the Diamond characters.
Oh wow! And
Yeah,
I love Booster Gold. Like he's top 10 for me. Like one of the coolest characters. And even I'm like, what are you doing on this list? Like it's such a I. This is gonna sound maybe I'm being dramatic, but it kind of feels like a Zack Snyder again. It feels like the Snyderverse because Zack Snyder came in and wasn't there Kevin Feige, but the he set the tone for the DCEU. So every movie was coming out after that was dark and gritty and brooding because that's the tone. Now James Gunn's gonna do it, and he's gonna do his own tone, which is silly and colorful and wacky and dark, right? Which is a better tone, which I think people are gonna agree with because we like that better than dark and grittiness, whatever. Right? But I'm worried now that the DCU is just gonna be that.
I do feel where you're coming from. It does feel like a Zack Snyder, where you have this individual person, this one guy. The Snyderverse is what they penned it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Became the Snyderverse, but this feels like the Gunniverse. It's kind of scary because you don't know what the end is gonna feel like. You know,
You're really worried about the ending.
I am worried about the ending because it's nothing to come out with individual projects and those projects be good. I say it's nothing, but I know it takes a Herculean effort to make a good movie.
Yeah.
What you're ultimately building towards is a tentpole movie where people get excited because you built towards something. If that's not happening in the Gunverse, then what are we building towards? Are we just making movies to tell good stories, or are we building a universe?
He's building a universe, yes, but I just don't. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing Kevin Feige come out and be like, guys, welcome to phase one. We have Iron Man, and then we have, Incredible Hulk, and then we have Howard the Duck. And with Howard the Duck, we're going to transfer into MODOK. And I'm like, what are you. Wait, where is. What's going on here? And we're doing this, and
That's exactly what it feels like.
well, because this is the beginning, and I think you have to focus on because that's what everyone. Yes, I'm hearing everyone online going like, "Yeah, we like this idea. We're all not like it, but we're all open to the idea. We trust in James Gunn, and we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, cool, yeah, like Superman, and Brave and the Bold. All right, cool. Those other stuff are kind of weird, but okay, let's give this a shot. Whatever. I'm here going like, no, like you can't waste your time. You are on a tight schedule. Super fatigue is happening. It's a real thing. This superhero era of film is going to go away soon, and superhero movies is slowly getting there. Marvel is having a awkward phase with their Phase 4, and you're telling me you want to start off with silly stuff and just characters that everyone's like, why? Like the Authority? Like why? Why are we telling this instead of I don't know like an Injustice story if you really want to do. He really likes his teams. Like he loves doing the teams like Creature
Ensemble.
Commando. Yeah, Creature Commandos and the Suicide Squad, the Authority.
I
Batman the Brave and
mean,
the Bold is pretty cool. Well, everyone loves Batman. That's another one though. I'm so confused. Batman and Superman are usually actually they are around the same age, but the Superman story sounds like a kind of year one for Superman. But Batman's already on Damian Wayne, and he's trying to build the Bat family. I'm like, this Batman's older than Ben Affleck's Batman, and we're not gonna see the rise of any of the other Robins, I guess. But okay,
yeah, I didn't think of that. You're totally right. We're not gonna see like Dick Grayson and this pantheon of
yeah. Well, we're gonna
DC.
see them, but they're not gonna be built. They're just gonna be there.
The more I think about it, yeah, the more I don't have faith in it because it's not what I know. But maybe what I
Bro, it's
don't
not
know
what
is
I know. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's scary. What are you talking about? The Authority? Like, Creature Commandos? Waller?
what's the first project that's supposed to be coming out that is the James Gunn movie?
He hasn't said what he's been working on. Like, but everyone wants him to direct the Superman movie. Because I will
I just
admit, when he talks about Superman, he knows Superman.
yeah, I think it's all going to stem from what the very first Gunverse movie is. Like if the Gunverse movie is Superman and it's a success, then I think we can calm ourselves down a little bit more and see that maybe it is in good hands. DC's in such troubled waters that honestly I don't see the general public gravitating towards something that is so unique. The reason why Guardians works so well is because people were already on board with the
Yeah,
MCU.
that's true. People try to say that about the Authorities and other weird projects that he also announced. Because, yeah, he's taken the Guardians, an unknown team, and turned them into something where now it's a household name, you know?
When you have something, when you're in the dumps the way DC is, it's hard to change people's opinion on the caliber of movie that you can make. So I don't it's all going to stem from the Superman movie. If the Superman movie is amazing and it is what it is, I think it's gonna get a lot of people potentially on board to see where DC heads to next. But I don't know. It's the Mount Everest of challenges for DC to try and get people like me to give a fuck because I honestly I saw his lineup and I could give zero fucks. I don't care. I don't care. Nothing in there was exciting to me. If it wasn't Snyder and if it was James Gunn and this was James Gunn's lineup before Snyder, if that makes any sense, yeah, of course I'd be way more excited. I'd be like, okay, hell yeah, let's see where he goes. But this is the first time we're gonna see someone try to reboot a universe. Just that sentence alone scares the shit out of me. He's going to reboot a universe. I don't know if people are going to be ready for that. I think that boat has come and gone, you know.
Yeah. And people like how genuine he was in that thingy. But there was also people making fun of him the way he's repeating himself a lot. No one kind of regulated what he was supposed to say.
I like that. It comes off as authentic. But it's all talk. It's all talk. It's like the work needs to be put in. I think what most people were tuned in for. I think a lot of people were tuned in to see what the ultimate plan was. You know, what
Yeah.
are you building towards? Like if it's cool, man. I'm a storyteller. Like I like stories. If you can tell good stories, then fucking a hell yeah, do it. You know. But you said it's called the DCU. You're building a universe. I'm gonna need you to fucking tell me what you're building towards. If you don't have something, if this is the grand culmination of all the stuff that you're showing us to the general public, and you don't have or you're keeping close to your vest the thing that is supposed to be the Avengers, and you don't want to say what it is, then I'm not excited. I don't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
that video came off to me as like I don't care because I don't know what you're building towards.
There's nothing wrong with stealing shit that works. Just do Marvel's plan. Like, I don't fucking. When you have shit that works, just do that. Do a Superman movie, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman, a Green Lantern, an Aquaman, whatever. And just fucking lead into a Justice League, or if you don't even want to do the Justice League, you could do something else. Do like the Injustice or something. I don't know, or the Legion of Doom. I don't know. You can do some other shit if you don't want to blow your load in Justice League. You just got Marvel had a formula, and they absolutely nailed it. And then everyone tries to make a universe. What does everyone try to do? Their own rules. We can do it our own way. We'll do it like this. We'll just make the Justice League and then have individual movies. I trust James Gunn. I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of this slate. I'm not a fan. I'm not too crazy about his master plan. But I have faith in James Gunn to at least make these characters likable lovable, and people fall in love with these characters, like the Guardians and other shit that he's worked on with the Suicide Squad and shit. I am still worried that you're going to lose a lot of people, and you're not focusing solely on Diamond characters a lot, and that's what gets me worried. So I don't know, but I will end with this. Patrick Fabian is just too old to play Booster Gold.
No, he's not. He's perfect for Booster. Oh my god. Seriously. Seriously.
He's 58.
Here's what we gotta do.
And by the time they do Booster Gold, he's gonna be like 60 something.
We have to will this into existence the way we did Banjo in Smash. We just gotta put it out into the universe. What's it called? Manifestation. We have to manifest this into being. Patrick Fabian needs to play
Oh man.
fucking Booster Gold.
His first second on screen of Better Call Saul, like his first second, I'm not making it up. My first thought was, this guy acts and talks like Booster Gold. This is amazing. Like, I would love it. I would love it. But I just think he's too old. And the fact that they recast Superman makes me think that too. But fuck,
Yeah.
be so cool.
Well, it deals with time. So they can go back in time and he's Booster Gold in the old school. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be so cool.
Oh my god. I'm literally gonna I'm gonna do a fucking pentagram and I'll put Patrick Fabian's face on the picture of Patrick Fabian, the center.
James
Oh, yeah?
Gunn, I trust you. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah. Yeah, James Gunn.